Hey, Mike, Paul Cundiff here. So our Hail Mary didn't work because there was no oil cooler. So there was no problem with the oil cooler because there was no oil cooler. So what we did is we went ahead, we pulled the heads, and we were looking for someplace where the water passageway might be crossed up or might be leaking to an oil passageway. So what we found was basically no leaking. No, that would leave a little rust deposit, and so we don't have that on either of the heads. We don't have anything showing on either side of either head gasket, and so everything is showing to be properly sealed off. So that can only mean one thing, and that is that either we've got a cracked head, and we have. I'll show you this other head gasket. We have a cracked head, and now this gasket's wet because one side, we didn't have to drain the block. This other side, we drained the block after we lifted the head. Then we lost some water out of the head down into the block. On the other side, one side we didn't have that problem. So obviously that was where the side that the leakage was at. But it was not. The leakage is not anywhere that's visible. So let me get my light out here. So as you can see, there's no place in here where there's a rust tracer, because there would have been rust, say, on a surface from one of the oil passageways to a water passageway. There would have been some rust showing on the head or on the block, and we don't have anything on the block either. So I surmise that our leak is inside the block, probably adjacent to the area on the block that has an external crack as well. That's my guess. So not a head gasket. There's actually no problems with the head gaskets. So I think what we're recommending is a rebuild, where there's not really a repair that we can do. That engine's going to have to come out. We still haven't found the leak. It's going to be in the block. And when the block gets magnafluxed, I'm sure, and of course we'll magnaflux the heads as well. And so if the leak is internal in the head, then it'll show up there when it's magnafluxed, or it's going to show up in the block. So the next step, with your approval, is to go ahead and pull the engine, and we've got a machine shop that we use exclusively the last 3 or 4 years over in Somerset. However, it takes the guy forever. So the other possibility I'm looking into is Jasper Engine Rebuilding. They have a custom shop, and they do engines and transmissions and outdrives and all kinds of stuff. And at least we can get a predictable schedule if we use them. So, and I can even get them to give me a price ahead of time, and there won't be. It'll be less loosey-goosey than the guy I'm working with. Now, the guy I'm working with, every time I deviate from him, because he's so damn slow, he's so damn thorough, let's put it that way. He's not slow. He's slow for a reason. But every time I deviate from him, I end up having to go back to him to get everything corrected. Now, I've not used Jasper in a number of years. Jasper has done a couple engines for me. One of them is in Belize on Roman Coppola's 22-foot utility, and had no issues with that. So I'm thinking we'll talk about it, but I'm thinking maybe we'll go that way. All right, sir. I'm sure I'll hear from you soon.